So our offering to the sea gods for a safe passage. Gracias.
A safe passage. Thank you, Maya.
So basically still on our first, we haven't even been sailing for half an hour and there's still land right there and we see dolphins already.
Yep.
Well, we did see dolphins actually from all the way out.
Where are they now? Come, guys.
They're on the other side.
Show your little bodies.
Come on, we want to see a big jumper like showing.
Ah, they're camera shy.
Yeah.
Commotion back here.
About this.
What? Show me. $1? Oh, okay. So the Tooth Fairy does come visit boats out at sea, and it pays USDs. Dollars. What's going on with your nose?
It's bleeding.
Blood nose. Did you fall over?
So we've had no wind today. We've been motoring all day. Wind is meant to pick up later tonight so we can get our sails out and have peace. And it just occurred to me that not many people would believe how entertaining it is just to look out at sea. I mean, this is all we see all day. In all directions, as far as the eye can see. For 3 days we have not seen another ship, another boat, no sign of any other humans. Just open water, hundreds, thousands of kilometers all around us, a couple of kilometers below us. But yet it feels kind of like being on a safari, like there's an expectancy all the time looking out to the sea, like what am I about to see? Earlier today we saw some tuna leaping out the water hunting. Just now a little school of flying fish went past. Earlier, perhaps it was an albatross, I think. We had a marlin swim at the back of the boat for about an hour, just surfing the wake. Beautiful, beautiful marlin, probably about 2 meters long, huge. Every now and then our depth gauge shows that there's like something at 30 feet under us, so that's only about 10 meters. So it must be something really big that the depth gauge registers. I'd love to have a camera underneath just to see what goes on down below. A big whale or a massive big school of fish, I guess. And because we don't see any ground or feel any ground, especially at night on night watch, the movements of the boats are somewhat unpredictable because you can't see the swells or the waves coming. You're just constantly floating and flowing. And we ground ourselves in the sky. Just find a star or a planet and have that as a fixed point, as an anchor point to ground in, to deal with the movement or make the movement enjoyable. Never would have thought that I can ground myself in the sky.
So we're into our 6th day on the second leg of our passage from St Helena on to, well, wherever we can go. We're aiming for Fernando De Noronha to pick up some water. We'll see if they'll let us in. But we've just pulled out. Sanna's busy doing dishes. this is how we do dishes. Sun's coming out, and this is our sail arrangement. We're goose winging in about 20 knots of wind. It's a thing of beauty. We're doing about 8 knots at the moment, all in the right direction, which is fantastic.
You will never understand what I went through. You never were a good listener.
Having fun there.
Good listener. You will never understand.
So 1 minute we're doing dishes and the next minute the line goes wild. And we have a tuna. We have our first tuna. Sushi for lunch.
I was a lucky one, but I was just fooling myself. Fooling myself. You think you can talk sense to me, like we are gonna be okay. We're not okay. So is this gonna take all night? Don't wanna waste no more time. Yeah, you're damn right. Already
We caught a tuna, a yellowfin tuna, and now we're having sushi for lunch. Sushi for lunch.
A little bit of lemon juice cured carpaccio, and then we'll go and make proper sushi later.
Look at
So check this fillet.
It's huge. Yeah, Mama. We still get one more of those fillets of tuna fish.
This is the last one, but look how much fish there is.
There's 3 fillets of it, and they're huge.
So it's sushi day today.
Our very first attempt. It's a bit sort of squishy and floppy, but
We caught tuna, so we're having sushi.
Why do you want
It's
to?
looking good, guys.
that's for our very first attempt. That's very good, I think.
The kids have found their groove. They did sushi for lunch. Check what they're doing for dinner.
Because we're going to need to lift it onto that pan, and that other one is...
What are you kiddos doing?
Making pizza.
This is like good stuff.
Coco made the dough all by himself, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool. Auntie Poppy's recipe.
Thank you, Auntie Poppy.
The blue one here.
They're busy putting the sails up, and we just putting the sails up to see what happens, because right now the motor's on. They're busy putting the sails up.
so move along for guidance, shadow. Better get it right this time
So, we have 776 nautical miles to go to Fernando De Noronha. It's the first day of our second week on the second passage.
Yes, what we've done about 1,000, probably about 1,000 miles, huh? So
Yeah.
far since we left St Helena.
Yep. And tomorrow at some point, maybe no, it'll be maybe the day after, or later tomorrow. Maybe we will reach the halfway point of our entire journey from Cape Town to Grenada. So we only have a month and a bit to go, which is crazy. I just earlier talking about how used to having a long road trip in South Africa, like driving to Cape Town and despairing at the fact that there's 8 or 10 hours of driving to do still, and now we've got
We've got a month and a half to go.
now we count in months, not even weeks or days, or let alone hours. I'm glad we have that long to go still, because I feel like I need a lot more time out at sea without anything around us to get what I need to get from this. Like there's still a land-based kind of restlessness that happens inside me. I haven't completely yet
You've had some
mellowed into the whole thing.
some issues with the whole process, huh?
Yeah, it hasn't been easy for me at all. But I'll be very glad about it all when we get to Grenada, I think. I'm sure I wouldn't change any of it.
You'll be on land again.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sanna was almost not continuing. She was like, if we had internet on the boat, she would have booked flights out of St Helena. Like touch base and be like, gone. Phew. I'll see you guys in Grenada.
Yeah, never to get back on a boat again.
Yeah.
No, but it was just, our first passage was rough. It was rough. We got thrown in the deep end, and I can imagine that, yeah, it would have been intimidating to many sailors, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, there were times there where the weather was not being kind to us at all. We had 3 days of really hectic stuff. But yeah, Sanna and the kids did well in the grand scheme of things. They just kind of pushed through and did what they needed to do to get to the other side. So, and they got back on the boat.
Yep, a little
Yeah.
victory for you.
Yeah.
You've got your family continuing.
But for you guys too as well, because you're getting to see those experiences that you can't possibly have anywhere else,
Yeah.
other than crossing an ocean. You know, you have to have the rough at the end of the day.
To appreciate the calm.
Exactly.
We need polarity. Of polarity, just day before yesterday, we had the biggest moon I've ever seen in my life. It didn't look real. Rise from directly behind us, while the sun was still setting directly in front of us. So we had this magic golden pinkish glow on both sides of the boat. Where we're coming from and where we're going to, it was all just golden, right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
And on the domestic side, I mean, we all used to the fact of being completely bruised and grazed the whole time. Yesterday, Luca fell in from a hatch. It was a nasty incident, and there was a moment when I was seriously afraid that he had broken his ankle, which would have meant a week thereabouts of sailing to the nearest bit of land to get to a hospital, which is a daunting thought. So I can, with good conscience now, I can keep on nagging everybody to stay low, one hand on the boat, be careful all the time. It's really, boat is not a place to get complacent when you're out at sea. It's a very real thing that things happen quick.
That really brought it home. Well, we actually had 2 incidents. I also had an absolute rookie mistake the night before. The wind kind of picked up and the sails slapped across behind me, and I grabbed the main sheet and it slammed my arm into the stainless rail, and I thought I'd broken my arm at that stage. Just badly bruised and really sore, but nothing major. And then, yeah, with Luca falling down the hatch, you really are kind of in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, it's like if you do a serious injury, you got to cope. There's no quick fix, you know. There's not going to be a helicopter coming to pick you up. No. It's like a week to wherever we're going. We're literally in the middle, 1,000 miles to anywhere.
Yeah, yesterday we were exactly in the midpoint between Africa and South America, right?
Yeah.
In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
In the middle.
But if something that hectic should happen, we've got
we've
got morphine on board to keep somebody knocked out for a week. But that's the best we would be able to do. Yeah.
It's just really important that everybody has in the back of their mind to take care of themselves and everybody else all the time.
Yeah.
It's a big responsibility for everybody to have. So, yeah.
But having been out here for so long we haven't seen another ship for many days. Before that one, we didn't see another ship for many days. They're just quick container ships passing. but it's just us and water and sky and a lot of sea life around us, and that's it. So Lido, this boat has become our island, our home, our kind of everything.
One water tank finished yesterday, so we got a week, 8 days on that tank, and the tank that we switched over to, we know that will give us about 2 weeks of water. So
being very frugal,
being very frugal with water.
So we're all happily smelly and hairy and hippified and
Big time. A very rock and rolly day today. The sun is down below prepping potatoes for our dinner. How are you doing going there?
right now, beautiful. I'm not getting slammed into anywhere at all right now.
Meanwhile, on the west wing, it's a fan where sea lives now.
Medicine tea bag for my sore on my knee that got infected, so then to help it, and then I just put a bandage on and leave it for like half an hour, and then that's it.
Is it healing well with the tea bag?
Yes.
So I don't know if we're going to pick this up, but we have become an island. There's like birds all over the place. They've been landing. Not bothered. Am I bothered? Not bothered.
Okay, so there's a huge fight going on because this fish is huge and it's fighting, and we are... So this amazing fish has a really cool fin. It's got like a slot in the back.
Like completely hides away.
It hides away completely for it to be like aerodynamic, and then when it needs it, it just lifts up. Amazing.
So the Culinary roller coaster ride on Leodore continues, and the girls are making, I don't know, it's a concept Maya's come up with, some kind of cookie by the looks of things.
You'll have to wait until after dinner to find out.
to our gourmet galley. We are having chicken strips a la Leodore and chips, chunky wedges. Check this out.
We've had fish for days.
How good does that look? Yeah, we've been feasting on bluefin tuna, and we're now up for like some, you know, good old
Some
pub grub.
fast food. This is known as fast food everywhere else but in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. This is the slowest thing I've made. So in living on a boat, we need to figure out all life's basics and how to do them on the boat. Just the first time of showering at the back was interesting. First time doing laundry, we used a cooler box at the back, that was super interesting. Now we're having our first haircut happening on the boat.
This is it.
Over there. It's too small for the camera to see, but today is number 33 at sea. 33 days at sea, and this is our third stop. So 333, there's gotta be some good omens on that. How's that? We're seeing land. Happy vibes?
Happy vibes.
Happy vibes?
Always.
Nice. As we approach Fernando De Noronha, Luca and Dane are packing away sails, the wind is disappearing. Just caught a barracuda that Brad's filleting. Maya is dreaming up a nice lunch dish. Maybe an hour and we should be dropping anchor.